The bail application of 5 men who are accused of murdering rappers Kiernan aka Forbes and Tebello Tibz Murder is expected to resume in the Durban Magistrate Court today. The state is expected to respond to submissions made by the accused. Jade Paulse, part of our team watching developments for quite some time, joins us once again from inside court. And Jade, we've already heard from some of the accused number 4, who's also the alleged mastermind, admitting that he did receive that 800,000 rand, but saying it wasn't for a hit on AKA.
Well, a very good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers back at home. And I think the bone of contention is at 800,000 rand. Today, we're going to see the state prosecutor, Lawrence Taba, basically put together a picture for us, paint a picture for us, and also give more information with regards to every single suspect and what their role was in. Look, it is out in the media and out in the general public who exactly played their role. But today, the state prosecutor will outline that for us. We're also expecting an affidavit from the investigating officer to be read out. And I just actually glanced over to the state prosecutor and I saw him signing pages. It's about 64 pages. So I imagine that it's going to be quite a lengthy court proceeding today as we go through each affidavit, and the state basically outlines why they are opposing bail in this matter. It's also going to be very interesting to see the 4th accused, Motsoane Gwabeni. He hasn't got any pending cases against him. We do know the other 4 have. And how is this going to play in his bid to get bail? Just to unpack this all for us, I am joined by our legal expert, Abigail Ngobeni. Abigail, we were talking off camera and just speaking about the 4th suspect and the likelihood of him getting bail. This court did hear that he did receive over 800,000 rand, but he's saying that that was not proceeds of crime, that this came from a reputable business that he is doing work with.
You'll remember that from the previous occasions when the affidavits were read by the legal representation, it was clear to say the state had not disclosed the basis upon which they are opposing bail. And part of the things that we have learned, particularly with him, was that he does not have pending cases, no previous convictions. But the way in which this offense was committed, a certain level of orchestration, it shows a certain level of coordination, it shows a certain level of conspiracy, and that may play a pivotal role in state trying to convince the court today to say the interest of justice does not permit their release on bail. So through their affidavit, we are expecting the state to ventilate on issues, though they are not going to venture into merits of the case, but we are expecting them to fit in themselves within the provisions of Section 10, Section 60, subsection 4 of the Criminal Procedure Act, to say why, in their view, they think the interest of justice does not permit the release of the accused persons in bail.
Now, we've heard accused number 1, Lindani, Ndamande, saying that they were allegedly assaulted and forced to make a false confession. With regards to that being also very important in this case, one could see us heading to a trial within a trial because of this.
Yes, you'll remember that we're having a court case in Pretoria now where the judge had to hear a trial within a trial. Though it appears that it's now becoming a trend, I'm not sure whether it's on the side of the police or it's on the side of the accused persons to say they will make confessions and later come and say the confession is not admissible because we are forced to do so. But of course, you will remember that in this particular case, they even said their families were threatened by the police. And if that happened, it then becomes an IP matter for the IP to come and investigate, come up with evidence to say, did the police in investigating this particular matter act within the ambit of the law? So it will be interesting to hear the state on how they rebut such allegations to say these accused persons were threatened, they were physically tortured to make such confessions.
And ironically, the 4th accused in the matter, the co-orchestrator and mastermind, Motsoane Gwabeni, actually has a case with IPID. He says that his wife was assaulted during his arrest.
Yes, but you'll remember that in as much as that is very important to say his wife was threatened and his wife was assaulted and there's an IPID case, we commend the IPID for swiftly intervening in the matter and investigating this. Hopefully it's going to be a case separately. But of course we want to hear in this particular case whether such will be considered as exceptional circumstances, which from where I'm sitting and from the day one I was here, I hardly had convincing circumstances upon which the court can say the interest of justice permits their release on bail.
Very interesting. fascinating. Thank you so much for joining us, Abigail Ngubeni, our legal expert there, just unpacking for us what we can expect, Ayanda. It's going to be very interesting to see the state prosecutor, Lawrence Gaba, paint this picture for us, basically putting the suspects in the motion, showing us exactly what role they played, but also that fourth accused, Mr. Themba Gwabeni, he's got no pending charges against him, whereas the other suspects do. So is he going to be able to get bail in this court? We'll bring you the latest on SABC News. It's back to you.
And we'll certainly keep up with you. Jade Paulse, thanks very much indeed. Jade is live to us here from the High Court, I beg your pardon, the Durban Magistrate Court.